What is going on, guys, and welcome to the SmackDown live review for the 24th of January edition of the show. The SmackDown before the Royal Rumble. It had a bit of a show to beat, really. Raw did a decent show, a good show in my opinion, and SmackDown had to respond, and it did in kind. You know, nothing spectacular again, but a very, very solid show, one that we will divulge in chronological order in this review. I will keep it snappy and short. I want to say a lot on my Royal Rumble prediction video and preview video. That will probably, I'm hoping, to be about an hour long video where we'll be talking in depth about everything. Of course, either tomorrow or the day after that, I'll have my top 5 picks for the Royal Rumble coming out. In fact, I'll try and get that out to you tomorrow. I keep forgetting it's Wednesday and not Tuesday. But yeah, very, very important that we get in and talk about SmackDown today. As I say, if I don't say as much as I often do on these reviews, just bear with. We have got that preview show coming for the Royal Rumble, and that, of course, we'll be divulging. And, Jesus, that made me jump, but that was me kicking my fucking play. But anyway, let's get into SmackDown, and let's start with what started the show. A nice match. You see, this is what SmackDown does so well. Variety of opening segments. You can never predict what you're going to get started. Sometimes what's going to start the show. Sometimes it's a backstage segment, which I suppose it was a bit of a backstage segment before. You sometimes get a promo. You sometimes get Daniel Bryan or Shane O'Mac coming out. You sometimes get a match. You know, there is a variety there. And whatever they choose usually starts off the show with a bang. Now, Luke Harper, Randy Orton, very good match, hard hitting, some great offense back and forth. Enjoyed the match. I assumed it would go to Randy Orton. I liked the fact that Bray Wyatt was sitting on the outside with very little emotion until the end. And, you know, I thought it was a very, very good match. I thought it was very entertaining. I'm finding this story very, very entertaining. If WWE made a DVD out of this story, it would be a very, very good DVD, put it that way. Yeah, we got some I thought it was a good match. Obviously, they didn't have as long as perhaps a lot what they maybe would have required to make this something very, very special. But with the time that they got, they did a very, very good job. It started the show off with a bang. Randy Orton picking up the victory with the RKO on Luke Harper. And then Bray Wyatt sacrificing Luke Harper with his sister Abigail. Now, what does that mean? I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. Is Luke Harper out the Wyatt family? Or is it just Bray Wyatt like he's done before, where it's the sacrifice and you give yourself up? I mean, but Luke Harper didn't give himself up to Bray Wyatt, so I don't quite know what to think of this. Obviously, this story will continue in the Royal Rumble, where no doubt Luke Harper, Randy Orton, and Bray Wyatt will be in the Rumble at the same time, and something's going to go on. Something's going to kick off between these three, of course, in the Rumble. Whether that be Harper eliminates Wyatt, whether Wyatt eliminates Orton, you know, something's going to happen. Somebody's going to try and screw somebody. I'm not going to say screw a lot of times in this video. I know, I realise I said that quite a lot in the Raw review. Apologise about that. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see exactly what's going on with that and the Royal Rumble with this story. It's a slow burning story done to perfection. When I say slow burner, I don't mean that in a negative sense. I mean that in a positive sense. That they've not put all their twists and turns into one sort of moment. They're making it good quality throughout the feud, and it's now been going on for a long, long time, a few months now, and it doesn't feel stale. It feels quite fresh still, and that's very, very rare. So well done to the WWE, and it'll be interesting to see where this goes, and how Bray Wyatt, Randy Orton, and Luke Harper's path to WrestleMania is affected by the tensions within the Wyatt family. Answers to those questions we may find out at the Royal Rumble or on the road to WrestleMania, the road to Orlando, in a few weeks' time. Who knows? But it certainly was an interesting thing. But as I say, no idea. This could be the end of Luke Harper and the Wyatt family, or this could just be Bray Wyatt. I mean, I don't know. It's so difficult to even suggest what the hell is going on. And that's a good thing, because it makes people speculate. It creates that buzz. It's not predictable. I said it on the preview. This storyline is not predictable. You can't predict what's going to happen next. And even if you predicted Randy Orton winning and maybe Bray Wyatt doing what he did, you can't predict what's going to happen next. So, you know, very, very good. We got then the Mickie James interview. I thought she was to the point. I thought she was vicious. I thought she made her point. She is sick of the women in the women's revolution. I can't say the word properly. Revolution, saying basically everything that's gone before means nothing. Now the women have arrived. We had Lita. We had Trish We had Trish Stratus. We had Mickie James. We had top women in the past. And Mickie James feels offended. She feels like the Charlottes, the Becky Lynches, the Sasha Banks, they're just kind of saying, well, none of you matter. You are no good. And that's pissing her off. That's pissing her off that they're not getting the respect that they believe they deserve. They believe they started the women's revolution, not Becky Lynch, Sasha Banks, and Charlotte, and Bayley. I always forget one. Now, that begs the question of, why would you side yourself with Alexa Bliss? Isn't she surely part of it? I mean, Renee said that herself. Mickie James's answer to that was basically, you know, no, Alexa Bliss isn't that. She's been fighting it since day one. Now, whether you agree with it or not, whether you think Mickie James is bullshitting when she's talking about Alexa Bliss and she's ultimately going to, end up turning on Alexa Bliss for her own game, who knows? But one thing that was 100% sure from this match is that, not from this match, from this segment, is that Mickie James is back. And Mickie James is pissed off that the women's revolution has forgotten about the past women that sacrificed so much. And look, and that I don't mind. I think that's a good thing. I think that's great. She was to the point. She was intense. You could tell she was pissed off. You can tell she's going to be on fire. And I thoroughly believe that she is going to be on fire on the next weeks. And I wouldn't be surprised if we see Mickie James as a women's champion within 3 or 4 months. I really do genuinely think it happened. The 5-time women's champ. Looking for another championship. But it was a very, very good segment, which Becky Lynch came out and attacked Mickie James. And Alexa Bliss and Mickie James are certainly still on the same page for now, because just as Mickie James jumped over the barricade, out came Alexa Bliss from the Bliss and bang, hit Becky Lynch with a punch and turned the tables. And them two standing on top at the end of the segment, Mickie James saying something along the lines of, I've completely forgotten, so we just have to pretend that I did say that. Yes, let's move on. We then saw arguably the worst segment of the year on SmackDown so far. Carmella and James Ellsworth going shopping. I don't want to talk about it. Can we just skip the segment? I mean, please. I'm not enjoying this Ellsworth Carmella situation. I want it to end pronto. I was hoping it would end tonight. It didn't. So it's arguably the most bizarre pairing probably I've ever seen in my life. And it's not working for me. So, I hope it ends very, very soon. I mean, Carmella's done very, very good since she's come onto the main roster. And I think she's, obviously in limbo land at the moment, just waiting for that next thing, waiting for the next feud, waiting perhaps to go for the Women's Championship when she gets the opportunity. And if this is to keep her on TV and to keep her in everybody's heads, then I suppose it's a unique way to keep somebody on TV. But is it the best way for her career? I'm not so sure. And could they be doing something better with her? I think so. We then had a battle royal for basically another entrant in the Rumble. Whoever won it would get to enter the Royal Rumble. Corbin, who was already who's already in the Rumble, was ringside talking about how he won the Andre the Battle Memorial when he had never been in that too. So David Otunga, stick that up your arse when you say Corbin couldn't win the Rumble because he'd never been in it before. What a pathetic thing to say as well. What an absolute dickhead, David. I wish he'd just fuck off the internet. He really pisses me off on that commentary team. I can't be the only one that gets pissed off with him. Anyway, mainly just tag teams in this match. The one thing I can remember, if I'm honest, from this match, other than the person who won, was, actually two things, was that the VAR villains got eliminated very, very quickly. and that Rhino straight away tried to eliminate Heath Slater. So that sort of foreshadowed the sort of stuff that we're going to be seeing. That we're going to be seeing in the Royal Rumble this Sunday. Friends versus friends, people turning on people. So I didn't mind that. This was kind of like a mini Rumble to kind of get people excited. Did it get me excited? No, not really. I mean, I usually like Battle Royals, but this I thought was a pretty poor Battle Royal. Probably because most of the people in there I couldn't really care about. And the only one I really kind of wanted to see in the Rumble was Rhino or Heath Slater. Neither of them won. Mojo Rawley won. I suppose it's nice for him now that Zack Ryder's out injured. I don't know how long Zack's out, but yeah, Mojo's in the Rumble. He'll get eliminated very, very quickly. And how many people have been announced for the Rumble? Let's just have a look, shall we? Who has been announced for the Royal Rumble, and just count how many, because I am very critical of how many frickin' people are announced for the Rumble, because I like the fact that you don't know who's coming out. So, you know, I do also like the fact you have to earn a shot, so I'm glad in some respects. So let's just have a little click here and just see exactly who is in the Rumble. Now, this will take me half an hour to count, so just bear with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. I honest to God, I thought I was going to say 22. I don't know why, I just had it in my... 22 people in the Royal Rumble. Expect 2 or 3 names to be announced before then. So 5 not announced. Personally, I don't want to see any cruiserweights in the Rumble, but I expect there to be a couple of cruiserweights. That takes us up to 24. Couple more announced that we haven't heard of yet. That takes us up to 26. Couple of surprise entrants. That's 28. And a couple of NXTs, 30. So that's not too bad, I suppose. I'd have liked... For me, why do you have to announce Big Cass? Why do you have to announce Mojo Rawley and Rusev? I know they earned their shots, so I suppose I'm kind of contradicting what I've said in the past. Why does Xavier Woods have to be in the Rumble? You know, why does all the New Day have to be in the Rumble? Why couldn't... I suppose that doesn't really make sense. But anyway, back to the review. As I say, I'm being so... Apologies, this review is pretty shit. You know, I'm not going to lie, it is pretty shit. But I'm intentionally making it shit because I only want to say certain things on the preview and the pre-show for the Royal Rumble, so I've really got to be careful what I do say. But then saw AJ Styles call out John Cena, and boy, oh boy, did we get a good segment, but who doubted it? And Styles was pissed off that the Royal Rumble poster, he was right at the back and Super Cena was at the front. And you know what? That actually pissed me off. You know, not like... I was just like, that is actually bullshit. You know, you've got the WWE champ and he's not in the, you know, anywhere near the front of the poster. That is BS. I get Goldberg, Lesnar, Undertaker, Cena will be at the front. But hell, you've got to have him fucking up there with, you know, Owens. Owens and Styles then have to be after that, and Charlotte. But no, I mean, that is a joke. I'll admit that, and I'm with AJ Styles on that one. And then also, he showed a video package of Cena on... I was going to say Fox and Friends. He certainly went on Fox and Friends. I think it was the Today Show. I don't know. I honestly can't remember. I think it was the Today Show. Yes, I'm sure it was a Today Show, actually. Where they were basically... They didn't even... I mean, I thought it was quite disrespectful. I don't know whether John Cena actually went on to promote the Royal Rumble, because if he did, I'd have got pissed off that they didn't actually know who he was facing. But there, perhaps I just don't get American humour. Oh yeah, wait, I forgot Americans don't have humour. Okay, moving on. That's a joke, before anyone gets butthurt. But no, this was a great segment. There was some real great lines. It'll be a segment I will go and watch on probably Saturday, just before the Rumble. I always have that. I go and watch a couple of segments on the Go Home shows, so I'll watch the Raw moment that ended it, and I'll watch the AJ Styles, John Cena confrontation, just to get me hyped. And no, I'm not going to be watching Owens going into a steel cage and going up. No, that's just not going to be interesting. But basically, Cena said, I mean, Cena hit the nail out of the head. Styles said what he wanted to say. He hit the nail on the head. This was a great segment. It got me even more excited for this match, and I didn't think that was possible. Cena made a couple of comments that felt... I mean, when these two are in the ring, when they're cutting promos, it feels real. It almost feels like AJ Styles is the voice of the voiceless, the voice of the internet wrestling community that have been saying so much, and basically the voice of the Cena haters, which we've wanted to be... I say we, I'm not really a Cena hater, but what a lot of people have been wanting to say to Cena for so long, Styles is their man. And John Cena, well, he's the John Cena. He's the one that's going to defend John Cena because he's fucking John Cena, but you get what I mean. And that's quite a nice dynamic. Cena said something about, I can't remember what it was, I wasn't made for the indie scene, I was made for WWE. That was a great thing. A great line from John Cena. A lot of great lines, and, you know, I mean, these... You know the ones that create those video packages in WWE? They must love when Cena and Styles go to the ring and just hit each other with pipe bombs. They must love it. They must literally sit there thinking, thank you. You've made our whole life so much easier because we can just stick these lines in our video packages here, there and everywhere. They'll have a field day. As somebody who's edited stuff like that before, not particularly successfully, and very rarely have I ever released it on my own channel. Usually I have to do it for other fucking people who I don't even know, who never then even give you any fucking recognition, but that's a topic for another fucking day. Don't want to rant. But, yeah. It is very hard when you get given a load of material and there's like 2 or 3 bits that you can use, and you need to make the video package 2 minutes long, and you've got like 20 seconds of audio that could even fit. So these people must love John Cena and Styles because they have like 20 minutes that they could use, and they've then got to cut it down. So it's a different dynamic, I suppose. But a great segment. Got me even more hype for the Styles-Cena match at the Royal Rumble, which I've said is going to be their best they've ever had. We then saw Dolph Ziggler obliterate Kalisto very, very quickly. So that losing streak has swiftly come to an end. And Ziggler squashed Kalisto in quick style. Oh, I'd love to see Nakamura come out in the Rumble. Nakamura or Joe, both. Just bring both out. Oh, Ty Dillinger, though. You got to get... Ah, shit, Dillinger. Dillinger, Joe, or Nakamura. You can only pick 2. Joe. I want to see some Mojo in the WWE. I want to see Joe on the match. But I'm talking about the Rumble again. I was surprised that they allowed Kalisto to be beat so quickly. But I think it shows Ziggler has literally lost it. He's on fire. He is just not going to take no prisoners. He needs to last in the Rumble a long, long time. And whoever eliminates him, he then needs to get back in and eliminate him. Cruz then came back, or came out, after Ziggler got a chair, looked like he was about to attack Kalisto again. JBL got up and was like, Ziggler, what the fuck you doing, man? That is the worst JBL accent. I'm not even going to pretend that was a impression. That was just like an American accent. I don't know. I feel like I just woke up. I can't end a sentence. I can't put together a fucking sentence. It's 1 o'clock for fuck's sake. Anyway, yeah, no. JBL got up and was like, "What are you doing, Ziggler? Stop it!" And yeah, Apollo Crews sort of flattened Ziggler and then nearly hit him with a chair, but didn't. So we're going to get Ziggler versus Crews. It's nice to see Crews being used. That all kind of rhymed. This match will be good. And yeah, we'll probably get it to SmackDown next week. So that's something to look forward to. We then saw Naomi return to SmackDown. I, along with Alexa Bliss, had forgotten she'd existed. I hadn't forgotten her name. I thought Bliss was hilarious. And I think she's a great heel. I think she's actually superb on the mic. I don't think she gets the credit that she deserves. Now the fact that Naomi's back, I think is a good thing. I think Naomi's a very, very good talent. I could see her challenging Bliss for the title, not winning it, but I can see her challenging for the championship. And, you know, to be fair, this is why I think SmackDown's women's division's better, because it's deeper. And people go, you know, Charlotte, Banks, Bayley, Nia Jax, but then what have you got? Whereas on SmackDown, you've got Becky Lynch, Alexa Bliss, Mickie James, Nikki Bella, Natalya, Naomi, Carmella. You know, there's 7 there. 7 compared to Raw. And yes, Charlotte and Sasha and Bayley are probably better than... Well, are they better than Becky, Mickie? I mean, I think... I'm sorry, but I'm going to stand by what I say. SmackDown has a better women's division. I mean, Raw might be able to create a better match, one match, but I think SmackDown has the better division. I'm going to stand by it. So, yeah, this was interesting. Now, we did see Natalia and Nikki Bella attacking each other throughout the night. One at the start of the show, or before the show, that we saw in the middle of the show. Yeah, I just confused myself by saying that, but hopefully you get what I mean. And then one when Natalia was coming to the ring. These have really added a bit of violence. I said a couple of weeks they need to add violence into their feud, and they really have done. Now, this has to be a match that, like, I know it sounds ridiculous, but this has to be a violent match when they eventually square off. Now, at the Rumble, we've got Mickie James, Alexa Bliss, and Natalia versus Nikki Bella, Becky Lynch, and Naomi in a 6-man tag. I'm okay with it. I understand why they're doing it, because they want to hold off the thingy match for Elimination Chamber, because they're going to be short on men's singles matches, because there's an Elimination Chamber. Although, I'm going to put this out there right now. Who would like to see the first ever women's Elimination Chamber match? Who would like to see that? Leave it down in the comments below. I think you've got the right amount of superstars in there. Now, whether you do it as the winner faces Alexa Bliss at WrestleMania for the championship, or whether you make it for the championship itself. The only issue you would have, possibly, is the fact that there's 7 people in the women's division, and there's only 6 in the there's only 6 in the Elimination Chamber, I think, then. So you'd have to have Carmella, Naomi, one of them miss out, or possibly Mickie James miss out because she's with Becky Lynch. So I suppose it could work. That would, I think, be very, very good. I don't know what you guys think, but anyway. Yeah, I mean, the tag match will be okay. I don't get why the Raw Tag Championship match is on the pre-show and this is on the main show, but that's just me. Although I suppose it's bringing a load of feuds together. And then we ended it. What was SmackDown's last final image heading into WrestleMania? A lumberjack match between Dean Ambrose and The Miz for the Intercontinental Championship. Miz's rematch. Long story cut short, Ambrose won. It was an energetic, high-energy bout. I don't personally like lumberjack matches. I think they're clunky. I think they're a bit pointless. I think they, a lot of the time, lack making any sort of sense. I don't really get the... You know what I mean? I don't know. That's just me. I like Corbin interjecting himself into the end, although it didn't really make a lot of sense. But perhaps he's going to be the next one to go after Ambrose's title. Who would not want to see a Dean Ambrose versus Baron Corbin feud? I certainly freaking would. But I don't know why I said it like that. But, yeah, I mean, I personally am not a lover of lumberjack matches. But again, I get why they used it. And it was a good match, don't get me wrong. It was entertaining. You know, and I'm sure a lot of people enjoyed it more than me, just because I hate lumberjack matches so much. But there was chaos in the ring that kind of foreshadowed probably what we're going to see at the Royal Rumble. I don't want to say too much more about the Royal Rumble. Why, I hear you ask? Well, because I'm going to be saying a lot on my preview and pre-show very, very soon. SmackDown and Raw go-home shows hit the nail out of the head, pretty much. I think I gave Raw a 7, I give SmackDown a 7 as well, but with that being said, I think they pretty much drew this week. It's tough to, I don't know who to give the show to, which show is better this week. I'll let you guys decide. What show do you think was better, Raw or SmackDown? But that's going to be it for this review. Apologies, it's been arguably the shittest review I've ever done. But yeah, see you next time for the Royal Rumble preview and pre-show. And my top 5 picks for the WWE Royal Rumble match. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.